Breaking news out of Ohio, where right now the FBI is responding to a shooting in Cincinnati.
At least 59 now dead, more than 500 injured.
County commissioners in the area tell ABC News.
We've all watched the news. Another mass shooting. We've been to the funerals. Farmers or teenagers, or the neighbor down the road. Someone who's been killed or killed themselves with a gun. A report commissioned by the New York State Senate just pointed out that Delaware County, where I've lived for 40 years, has the highest gun-related suicide rate in New York State. Look, it's a tough problem, and there's no easy answers. Taking guns away from responsible gun owners isn't a solution. Putting a cop in every school isn't practical. And blaming mental illness is just an excuse for inaction. Let's put aside this kind of divisive rhetoric and find practical solutions that'll work for everyone. New York already requires background checks to purchase firearms at a store. But common sense tells us that those rules need to be expanded to all sales, not just those at retailers. And we need to find ways to identify someone at risk of committing violence and take steps to prevent another tragedy. Families, schools, and law enforcement should be able to petition the courts to take weapons away from someone who's at risk to themselves or others. Did you know that women are 6 times more likely to be killed by abusive spouses or partners when there are guns in the home? Well, someone convicted of domestic abuse must be relieved of their weapons until the courts find that they're fit to possess a gun. 47% of the people killed in mass shootings were shot with assault weapons or large capacity magazines. Well, New York State currently prohibits private ownership of assault weapons. Now, we could consider provisions that make those weapons available at shooting ranges for legitimate sporting purposes. But when I was in law enforcement, I carried a gun. I know how scary it can be to face someone who may have a gun. Here in New York State, we have to find common sense solutions that will reduce the rates of murder and suicide with guns, while still respecting those of us who live in rural parts of the state. As senator, I'll make sure that we have that voice. We have a lot to do to make New York State a safer place for all of us. I'm Joyce St. George, and I'm running for New York State Senate here in the 51st District. Together we can do this, but I need your help, your support, and your vote.